Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 2 of season 2 of Ted Lasso. We're going to go ahead and hop into this week's episode, guys. So if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check that out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time code and summary reaction of the entire episode. Get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover here on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, and trying to make it worth your while since you're going to be supporting the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, really appreciate it. If you enjoy this reaction, at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out at the end of the day. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 2, Lavender. Here we go. Oh, is this that dating game that, yeah.
Anthony, Jamie, one of you will go home tonight. The other will continue his lustful journey.
Better call your nan, mate. Tell us to put the kettle on.
Jamie, the lust stops here.
Ooh, wow.
We are lucky to have with us here in the studio loser Jamie.
I was just playing a game. Do you know what I mean? Find the fittest girl there, have sex with her in the toilet, ask her to marry her. You know, strategy.
Well, speaking of strategy, you decided to leave your club, Man City, at
Oh.
the start of their season. So why?
In the second that I found out that George Harrison had died, I realised I had to stop waiting for life to begin.
But George Harrison died 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I only just found out.
Jesus.
So what's next?
What the
Jamie?
fuck?
You know, back to Man City, if Pepper will have me, that is.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because actually we've got a clip. You might find this quite interesting.
You know, my wife and I really thought he and Amy were meant for each other. But no, he won't be coming back to Man City. We wish him luck.
Awkward.
Oh.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Jamie.
Well, I wonder where it could go next.
Hello, mate. How you doing? What's your
No.
Stanley. You like football, yeah? I actually think I'm gonna walk, mate. Yeah, nice one.
Oh, wow.
You slept here last night?
Jane and I got in a fight last night, and she threw my keys in the river.
Hey, you two are like
Oh.
Frank Sinatra and Ava Gardner, you know, or Frank Sinatra and Mia Farrow, or Frank and... Actually, you know what? I'm starting to realize that old Blue Eyes might have skewed mercurial.
What?
Well, smell this. A Parisian bedroom. Will, a word.
What is... What? Nate, what are you...
Did you put lavender scented fabric softener in the laundry? Yes, I did. My girlfriend loves lavender. She finds it very calming.
Don't make changes that could throw off a player's headspace.
Sorry, coach.
We don't want calm athletes, we want killer athletes. Even after they shower. Do you sleep here?
What the hell is going on here with Nate, man? I understand he's probably a little territorial. It's the job he came from, so he's probably very particular, but it's a little much right now.
What is Ted doing?
Probably homesick. Closest thing he can find to a Dodge Ram.
Good luck with the match. Morning, Ted.
Hey, Keeley. Uh-oh, is that Ken there?
Oh, well, fuck you too.
That looked like fun.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a blast. Yeah, it's good for my sciatica, too, you know, the vibrations really help out my butt.
Wow.
Hey.
Well, okay then.
Hey.
That's cool, bye.
Whoa.
Right, that's a transformer.
It really is more than meets the eye, ain't you? Hey, Doc.
What the hell?
What's you doing back here, I wonder? Don't we have direct deposit?
I thought Higgins hired her for the rest of the season, didn't he?
Oh, damn.
Yes, it couldn't hurt, but I should have asked you first, Ted. You're absolutely right.
No, I'm dead wrong. I mean, heck, you're director of football operations. You know, you gotta be able to make your own decisions. Still, you should have texted me first.
That's 100% true.
No, 1,000% false.
What are you?
Still, next time you have plans, I want you to run by me first, okay?
No, I will not.
Good, why should you? I ain't your daddy. Okay, good. We got ourselves a new member of the team. That's fine. I ain't got no problem. Why does it smell like my Nana's house in here?
God damn it, he summoned the Nate.
No one wants you. What about a team in Spain or Germany?
Hello, Real Madrid. Do you want Jamie Tartt? No. Okay, thank you.
See? You weren't even speaking Spanish.
Maybe it's time for you to focus on your television career.
This is Tracy, your new talent agent.
We have an amazing offer for a new reality show in Ibiza. How do you feel about taking ecstasy every night for 3 straight weeks?
Why is that a question?
You know you're like a son to me. Now you're like a dead son. Which means I love you even more. There's nothing I can do.
What is this bullshit, man? You're like a son to me. A dead son.
With something?
But a son.
Well, I just brought you a little something for your first day of work.
No, thank you.
Oh, come on now. Just try a little bite, huh?
That's very thoughtful, Coach Lasso. But I don't eat sugar.
Really? Wow. I've never met someone who doesn't eat sugar. Only heard about them. And they all live in this godless place called Santa Monica.
In past life, I would inhale a Cadbury's flake, talk nonsense for an hour until I pass out.
I'm the same way with video games.
How so?
Oh, you know, it's just something in my life that I really enjoy. But then I pretend to prevent myself from having them and somehow making my life better. All I'm doing is depriving myself of something that makes me happy, instead of attempting to adjust my relationship to it. Hey, what's your favorite book?
This is interesting.
What is?
What you're doing here. This is obviously your way of connecting with new people. Makes sense. It's very disarming.
If it's okay with you, Coach Lasso, I'd like to observe training today.
Oh gosh, he's being deconstructed and he's not sure how to handle this. Let's go.
Is it tacky to say I'm rich on an online dating profile?
I only need to put the word filthy in front of it.
Well, wouldn't that skew your matches a little bit? I definitely feel like that would be something you would want to withhold. Successful, business forward, ambitious, you know, descriptors, you know, adjectives, maybe. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that would be considered one at that point, but I feel like we should dance around that.
I think Liam, lovely man, but
Hey, Higgins. Oh, who's your new friend here? Oh, hi, Robert. My name's Ted. You know.
hey, my name's Jimmy.
Jimmy Paper? Page. Oh, I boofed that. I'm sorry. That was a great one. Dang it.
You done
Hey,
fucked
boss.
up.
What's this?
Oh, I tried to give your biscuits to Dr. Sharon.
You did what?
Evidently, she doesn't eat sugar.
What a fucking asshole.
Yeah. You ever been to a therapist, Rebecca?
What for? I can diagnose myself in a heartbeat. I thought being invulnerable would protect me, so I pushed people away for years, leading me directly to my greatest fear.
I don't get it. Why pay someone to do what a friend should do for you for free?
Exactly. I mean, that's why you have friends, isn't it? I mean, to burden them with your issues and anxieties, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, you got anything you want to get off your chest?
What a...
No.
So we're both lying to each other now, just like friends. Yeah.
Jamie?
The fuck is he doing?
I've been following you for like a few blocks now, and I couldn't text you because I deleted your number. So yeah, I've been following you for the last few blocks. No, I'm lying. I've been following you for your whole lunch hour. But I've just been trying to build up the courage to say hi. So
Kinda awe, but still.
You deleted my number.
God, he's such an ass. Oh my God, he's like a Sour Patch Kid.
Emily's mum bought everyone consolation trophies.
Must be nice to just burn cash. Best dressed. It's stupid you're all wearing the same thing.
He's not wrong.
Right, you know what? Just get amongst it. Enjoy your trophies for winning nothing. I do hope you'll come back and play next year. But only if you fucking mean it.
No. This is so freaking cute, dude.
Well, we lost. Would have been closer, but...
Jamie's here, isn't he? Oh,
What you doing there? Were you having a wank?
I mean...
Show me.
No, that's okay.
Oh, please don't be Jamie shit.
Embarrassed, whatever it is fine. I like watching couples have sex in the woods.
You do? Why?
Because I could never be that free. Come on, let me see. I should know what gets you going.
Please don't be Jamie related.
I'm announcing retirement from... The fuck?
Yeah.
This is your kink. Me being pathetic.
You're not being pathetic.
Him being vulnerable.
Being passionate and vulnerable.
Oh.
Fucking hot, and you haven't been like that since you left football.
Well, at my age with a fuck me, I don't get to be a football player anymore. That's how it works.
Then why not just try the pundit gig?
Uh.
You're just like Jamie.
I didn't think this conversation would get any worse.
Jesus Christ.
I get it. Can't get hurt if you don't try. If you don't try, then I'm just gonna have to sit here wanking to videos of you crying.
Fine. I will try it once.
Oh no. Oh.
Ted.
Oh.
How you been?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Best. Pretty good. Okay. Little depressed. Yeah. It's all shit, Ted.
No.
It's a real roller coaster there. Anything I can help you with?
Just wondering, like, what the chances were of me coming back to play for you at Richmond.
I don't know, Jamie. You burned a lot of bridges over there.
Look, Coach, I need Richmond.
And Richmond needs you.
Anyway, cheers. Would you be a darling and ask those lads at the end of the bar to stop staring at me, please?
Oi, you three, fuck off.
Wow.
Oh my
People
God.
are so wise. They're like tall Yodas.
Tall Yodas.
Why'd you do that reality show? You know, you were getting good minutes up at City.
Did it to piss off my dad.
Figured.
Just on me after every match.
Sometimes having a tough dad is exactly what drives certain fellas to become great.
Was your old man like that?
No. No, my father was a lot harder on himself than he ever was on me.
You're lucky. So what do you say then, Coach?
Jamie, you're an amazing player. I don't think it's a good idea.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a great idea. Please. No, God, what? I don't understand. Maybe he's like, maybe moving backwards isn't the way to go, but.
Bloody hell. Wait, that was last night? What are you all fussing over?
Looks like Jamie's coming back to Richmond.
Oh no.
It looks like they're sitting on his hand.
Wait, I'm confused. Is that bad?
How come every time I look back there, it's like she's getting closer and closer?
Optical illusion induced by your mistrust of her profession.
Metaphor, huh?
Bingo, Ringo.
Oh.
Is a pineapple in this?
Oh.
I'm with Ted. We've been overrun by incompetent outsiders.
I don't think I said that, did I?
You sorry.
Yeah.
She did get. She did get closer.
Make Danny chase it down like it's a loose toddler in a busy parking lot.
Oh, so you think you can do better? Oh yeah, come out here and do it then.
Hey,
Wait, what the hell?
there ain't nothing going on out here on this field that I can do better than any of y'all. Unless you break into a game of...
She moved down again.
Hey, Sam, I'm just trying to help the team here.
Bullshit.
Okay.
What? If he did come back, why would they be?
He's not normally like this, you know.
Why? I don't understand why they'd be upset.
You got something you want to talk about? Because it seems like you got something on your mind. You know, something like, I'm angry about a mysterious thing, so I'm going to do some cussing now.
I mean, I am angry, and I did cuss, and every time I do, I regret it.
That's because people say cuss words when they don't know the right ones to use to express themselves.
Fuck you!
I mean, except Bernie Mac. You know, he uses them like Van Gogh uses yellow, you know, effectively. All right, come on, talk to me.
That's true.
Jamie back to the team. I mean, just because Jamie can score goals doesn't mean he deserves to be here. No teammate has ever made me feel as bad about myself as Jamie did.
Okay, look, Sam, I understand your anger towards him.
It's not him. Like, I'm mad at you. You didn't even talk to us about it.
Honestly, Sam, I didn't think there was anything to talk about. I told Jamie it wasn't gonna happen.
Oh, now I feel awkward.
I bet.
Did everybody see me when I stormed off the pitch in the video?
No, no one saw that. Yeah, man, everyone saw that. Come on.
Of course they did.
No.
Coach, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Sam. All right, you are a leader on this team. I want you to speak your mind.
So I guess everybody would have been upset about him coming back just because of how toxic he was before, but I mean, I do think Jamie's grown since then, though, but still.
That I'm in safe hands with you.
Well, that means a lot. You know I still gotta make you run a bunch of laps, though, right?
Oh, I was hoping you would.
Okay, all right. Yes.
Oh.
Very well handled, Ted.
Jeez.
What? Oh, yeah, because he doesn't have his own office anymore, so he's just like a nomad.
What are you doing?
Sorry. What do you usually do with your lashes?
I leave them the fuck alone.
She looks familiar.
What if everyone thinks I'm shit?
Since when do you care what people think? You're Roy fucking Kent.
Ready for Mr. Kent?
Woo!
Let's go, buddy. You got this.
Try not to get too emotional, yeah?
And we're on in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Ah! Oh God. Okay, he fixed it. I thought he was gonna be like when it came on, man. That would have been, honestly, it would have been hilarious, but like, wouldn't have been a great start.
But I thought both teams played really well.
George?
Oh, will he be able to censor himself?
What did you think? Did your former club play well?
No, I thought they played like shit.
Would you care to elaborate, Roy?
Chelsea was shit today. Shocking. Watching them, you'd never know they were playing at home. They were too timid, they were too respectful of United. They were lucky they didn't lose by 3 or 4 or 10.
That's harsh, Roy. United's been on a good run recently.
He's not holding back. I love it.
You could see it in their faces. Abject terror, like children waiting in line for the handsy Father Christmas. Have some fucking pride in your shirt or don't fucking wear it.
Wow.
Is how you do it.
Hell yeah.
Again, we apologise for almost every word Roy just said.
Let's go.
Higgins, as a founding member of the Diamond Dogs, it breaks our little bow wow hearts to see you wandering around this building, a man without a desk.
Bow wow hearts.
We'd like to ask you to move in with us down here with my man Nate. What do you say?
Roomies!
Oh, oops, sorry.
Yes.
He's got such a big head this season, man. What is going on?
Sam just reminded me that he himself has got a great dad. Not everyone has that. And isn't the idea of never give up one of them things we always talk about in sports, and shouldn't that apply to people too?
2 aces is very tempting. Could be exactly what we need.
It could also ruin morale to have someone in here just belittling everyone all the time. Will! Not beneath the lockers, on the bench, man. Come on. What a dope. What was I saying?
Belittling people? Something about that. Nothing important.
All right, Diamond Dogs. As canines, we are supposed to lack opposable digits, but right now I'm going to ask you thumbs up or thumbs down.
Are we even? Or does Ted's vote not matter? And it's best of 3.
How'd it go? Come on, babe, say something. You were amazing. Shit, you really did hate it.
May I have your phone?
Well, I'm really sorry. But you don't ever have to do it again if you don't want to, so.
Yeah, felt good to be back around the game.
Who?
No.
Good. What are you doing?
You helped me to help myself, so I wanted to thank you properly. Hit play. My retirement.
Oh, wow. And now lay back and let him go to town. Hey, that's how it's done.
Thank you for letting me observe training today. Some coaches get quite conspiratorial at the notion.
Most of my conspiracies revolve around the Freemasons on account of a couple of different Disney cartoons I watched a bunch as a kid.
I'll email you and your staff my takeaways when I get home.
Well, hey, come on, let it rip right now. Reading that email would just be like listening to a cover tune of your thoughts. Rather hear this tune for the first time from the original artist.
No.
Well, if you insist. There's a wonderful atmosphere here. All the employees are thoughtful and kind, and they actually listen to one another.
You think we got ourselves a if it ain't broke, don't fix it situation here or what?
That depends. Does everyone agree that being winless with 8 straight draws ain't broke?
Yeah.
Heavy is the head that wears the visor, Coach Lasso. You must have a lot on your mind. I hope we get a chance to sit down and talk about it all someday.
Yeah, no, I look forward to that. Good night, Doctor, sorry.
You can call me Doc.
Aww.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Just such a good nickname, that's all.
Prince of Tides.
Oh, is that your nickname for me now?
No, Coach Lasso. My favorite book.
Aww. I'm gonna get emotional just from that.
I really am glad that you're joining us. I hope that you'll be just the boost we need to get things going around here.
What do you say, Higgins? Leslie?
Sorry, I was just,
Oh, shit. So he went with it. Oh, no. I'm worried about how this is going to affect the team. Damn. Oh, Sam. Oh, I hope that doesn't fracture Sam's trust with Ted. But I also get why Ted's doing it too. One, I mean, at the end of the day, they've got this tie problem, and having Jamie on there would be extremely beneficial to potentially breaking this curse. But the flip side of that is the team has actually been pretty content and pretty happy not having Jamie around, because he had his ego. His ego was the biggest thing that was weighing him down and holding him back at becoming greater than he ever could be, and was holding back Richmond as well because he was refusing to be a team player. And also, he was, like Sam said, constantly belittling everybody around him. And like he said, he's like, I've never felt more put down by somebody that I was supposed to be working with and all that kind of stuff, you know. So like seeing him come back on that, even after expressing that and then being told that Ted wasn't going to do this thing, to then Ted immediately doing this thing. You know, that conversation that he had, it did open his eyes. Obviously, you know, he's got a soft spot for Jamie. He's got a soft spot for all of them. And that's his thing. Like, as much as he is the coach here for the team, he's here as a coach for the players in and off the field. And he sees that gap, that hole in Jamie, and wants to fill it. Be the father figure in this sort of way that he's not, and try to be that for the rest of the team as well. And sometimes that does mean making the situation a little uncomfortable for people. The thing is, hopefully, and I got some faith in this because we've been seeing a lot of reflection from Jamie, acknowledging what he does, why he does it, you know, talking about his father, opening up about that, see him coming to Keeley to actually talk about things, you know, reaching out. He's been taking these steps of becoming vulnerable, trying to figure himself out, figure out his next steps. There's a lot of reflection and growth that he's been making on his own. He wants to come back here with Ted. This is probably the only club that'll take him right now, but at the end of the day, I think it's something that he would want too. We got to see how he treats other people. You know, we saw when he was with Man City that he was willing to pass the ball. He was willing to work with his team, which he wasn't willing to do. That's another, at least evidence that is floating out there of his ability to change and adapt and grow. And I hope we can come back to this and maybe he can mend these bridges. Because like Ted said, he burned a lot of bridges. He's going to have to put in some work of his own to rebuild those bridges. Right now, the team's, again, comfortable. They're not winning. And maybe that's a representation of the team itself. They're complacent. They're comfortable, you know, and because of that, they are level. They're not growing. They're not devolving. They've plateaued, both as a team without Roy and everything else that's going on, and that's being represented in these ties. They need something to shake it up, and I imagine going into these initial runs, there's going to be some growing pains, obviously. I feel like we'll probably have a loss that would shake everything up. And it was like, oh shit, our curse has been broken, but it's with a loss. But then, as things start to mellow out and level out, and you know, things get comfortable again, get challenging, you know, everything starts to meld back, the synergy comes back, people expose themselves and grow, we'll counterbalance that with more wins. That's my hope. Because I think that'd be interesting, you know, going straight from the tie just to a win right around the corner. Either way, no matter what they do with it, like even if that is the route they do, it's not going to lessen the impact of it all. It's just something that came into my mind for like the whole like, let's build some drama kind of thing that I would imagine the show would kind of play around with. I mean, this season, if I remember right, last season was 10 episodes, and if I remember correctly, this season and season 3 are both 12 each, I think. I'll double check that later, but we're definitely going to have some storylines, or at least like I imagine the season or whatever the crux or through line or overarching story for this season that is going to be the journey for the team as a whole has a little more room to breathe. So I think there's going to be I would imagine there's going to be some things that kind of like really challenge the team, kind of keep them on their back foot for a portion of the season until they can finally right themselves. It's kind of what I'm imagining in my head, but so far the show is also taking a lot of detours and taking me in a lot of turns that even if I try to like look at this from like a narrative standpoint, they always kind of keep me on my toes and throw me these curveballs every now and then and give me something I didn't know I wanted half the time. Like with this therapist coming in, much like Ted, there's this apprehension, obviously. There's this outsider coming in that is interacting with your team, that is kind of getting them to be vulnerable when it's kind of been your role to be the person that they come to with their problems and be the one that helps them all out through it, to now having to be the one that needs to be vulnerable themselves and also adapt and change things and see how it goes. And he's even broken down her walls, and, you know, she's allowing him to call him Doc. You know, they shared those snacks. They've opened up about these things, and she's just kind of hoping that he'll come talk to her now. You know, because at the end of the day, like she said, is like it's got to weigh on you that you've got this kind of curse going on. He's still keeping a lot of these things to himself, and that was kind of indicative of both him and Rebecca. But Rebecca's been mostly open. She's been getting a lot better than she was initially, but it's indicative of how they're both dealing with their life situations when they literally talk about, hey, who needs a therapist when you got friends? You unload all your problems, they give you feedback, whatever. That's kind of why they're there. And then they just have that awkward moment where they're both unwilling to talk about any of the things that they're worried about at the moment. And then they just go on like nothing ever happened. It's just an interesting way that it's kind of going to be juxtaposed. And I'm wondering if Rebecca's going to end up seeing her as well. I honestly, she should. She really should. There's probably a lot more bubbling beneath the surface she's not really aware of. And I think we all know, and even though like we have this like tribal mechanism built into us when there's somebody comes into our sphere, it gets a little territorial. We're a little guarded. We have the walls built up, and maybe we're a little suspicious of certain people we're not used to. And there was a little bit of that in the last episode, both from myself as a viewer and obviously as Ted, who also in himself has had bad experiences with therapists. And again, like I've said, there are therapists that do shit like that. There are bad therapists. So I would imagine he probably had a bad experience because it doesn't sound right. So that positions us to look at her that way, and along with the other stuff that I mentioned as well on top of that. I think this is a good example of you shouldn't let one bad experience ruin your approach to everything else. So I hope that relationship grows, and I hope that we see him open up to somebody, because it's clearly not happening with anybody within the Diamond Dogs. And he's just not the type of person to burden anybody else with his problems. And much like he talked about with Jamie, it seems like while his dad was never hard on him, like he said, his dad would beat himself up more than he would anybody else. He might have learned that for himself. He's not one to burden other people with his issues, but he's also going to be his biggest critic. He's going to be the one holding himself accountable. He's going to be the one to beat himself up. You know, he's not going to put that on other people. We've seen him kind of lash out and have these emotional little outspurts because of everything that he was going through a couple times, but that's also only natural. But those are few and far between when it comes to Ted. You know, I'm very much the same way. I'll give advice day in, day out, but like when it comes down to like me managing myself, it's always the last thing I kind of do. I'm always holding myself to a different standard, and it's usually, let's be real, it's not fair. Like we can't all be like perfect all the time, but like I'm always beating myself up over stuff. And I kind of see a little bit of that in Ted, as much as he tries to mask it and put on that face, that smile, and act like nothing's bothering him and be the person that they come to be the one that fixes everything. It's got to weigh on you. It's got to be, like she said, heavy, wearing all of that and carrying all that on your shoulders alongside all these other pressures and duties that comes with being a coach for this league. Oh, I'm curious to see where that goes. But Roy, man, continuing to grow, continuing to thrive, continuing to change. And Keeley is just the catalyst for so much of this. And him coming home from work after, she was right. He enjoyed it, cutting loose, and everybody else seemed to enjoy it too. Hell, I enjoyed it. You know, him just being brutally honest, not being flowery, not holding back, saying it as it is, being blunt on there. That shit gets you views. That shit gets you ratings. And while it's like, oh God, he's swearing on live TV, hell man, it's going to get people to tune in. It's going to boost your ratings. You're going to want that shit. Keeley also, like, getting off on him being vulnerable is kind of hilarious in that way that, you know, you're expected as a man to not do that. So for her, it was very much a turn on when he does let those walls completely fall down. like she said, like a few episodes ago, or maybe even the last episode, I forget when, she was like, vulnerability gets her hot. She wasn't wrong. And then when, you know, he came home, he was like, hey, you were right all along. Played that video of him crying for her, plugged up her ears so she could relax, tune in, focus on that. But she didn't have to do the work herself. That's how you take care of your woman, guys. I can vouch for his strategy. It works. It'll get you some bonus points in the long run. Though, I've never incorporated like the video portion of it. Guys, another great episode. What'd you guys think? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, York Orskov, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cantrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, and JoJo. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.